Guidance announcement. The Mills Train Career Center will be at PG to speak to sophomores next Wednesday, October 26th from 9:45 to 10:30 in the auditorium.
And some good news for everybody. No school on Friday through Tuesday. Enjoy your long weekend.
Enjoy.
Now the staff ghost testimonials. Woo!
Mr. Hovis, do you have any paranormal experiences?
I do, and it's a story I share every year during the Industrial Revolution. I was mowing a cemetery when I was in the sophomore year, high school maybe, and it's an old cemetery on not Old 24, but in Gilboa. And people would put like crayons and beach balls, and they would leave it there overnight, and you could hear the kids playing with the haunted kids or those that had passed away in that cemetery, playing with these items. I didn't really believe it at the time, but then one day I mowed, and I mowed over a grave, and it kind of caved in. I left the mower, I got in the truck, and I drove off, and I was pretty scared. So I do believe that cemetery is haunted. It's the Cholera or something cemetery in Gilboa, but I wouldn't advise going there.
Fun fact, we're going to investigate there next week. Stay tuned. Dawn, do you have any ghost or paranormal experiences?
Yes, but I don't, but I do. When I had COVID and I was really, really sick, I saw in a dream my grandparents walked up the sidewalk and they came to the door like they were checking on me, and then that's all. They didn't come in the house, so I guess I lived.
That's a really nice story. Now, Mrs. Odie, do you have any paranormal experiences?
Well, I do have a story of what happened to my sister once. So my sister was in Ottawa Walmart when she was younger and was in an aisle, and she felt like somebody got up in her personal space. So she kind of stepped over and was like, "Oh, excuse me." And he was dressed in a trench coat with this big old hat. And so she said it kind of creeped her out, so she just left the aisle. By the time she got to the end of the aisle, she turned back around and he was gone. She was like, "There's no way he can make it all the way to the other end of the aisle." So she goes home and she's tired. She sits down in the living room and starts telling my mom and dad about it. And she goes, "Mom, Dad, you know this guy?" And all of a sudden her face goes completely white. And my dad's like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "He's in the kitchen right now." And my dad runs in there and he's like, "Where? Where?" And my little sister's like, "Right behind you." And so what's really creepy is this dude followed her around for a couple weeks. If she was in the bathroom getting ready, he'd be standing at the other end of the hall, or she would be in the living room, he'd be in the kitchen, just kind of always freakishly around. Nobody else could see him but her. And so my mom finally told my sister, "Ask him what he wants." And so my little sister did. She's like, "So what do you want from me?" And then poof, he was gone, never came back.
Mrs. Ortiz, do you have any paranormal experiences?
I do. So when I was in college, there were rumors that my dorm was haunted and by a female ghost. And so one day I was in my dorm room studying, and I knew the people across the hall from me were gone. And my door was latched and shut, and my door opened, and there was nobody there. And then a minute later, it closed again, and there was nobody there.
I would have left.
Now to the sports. Welcome back to PG Sports. Last week, our football team absolutely destroyed the Riverdale Falcons, 55-7, improving our record to 6-3. And then tonight, we play Corey Rawson starting at 7, and this is our last regular season game.
And the Rocket Rowdy theme is pajamas, so everybody dress up in your pajamas.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the NFL recap.
Steelers against Bucks. What an upset for the Bucks. Steelers won 20-18, and Bucks led to only one touchdown. Kenny Pickett did get injured though. R.I.P. Kenny Pickett.
Next up, we got the Bengals and the Saints. Bengals won this game 30-26. They came back from 17 points down to take them down. And for the 4 o'clock game, we got the Bills and the Chiefs. Highly anticipated game. The Bills came out on top 24-20. Patrick Mahomes threw an interception late, which sealed the game for the Bills.
Eagles against Cowboys. Eagles come up on top 26-17, and the Eagles continue to be undefeated, and Rush loses his first game as a starter. Now the jump scares. I'm here with my good old pal Isaac. Isaac's question of the week is, what scares you the most? You're not even out there. I'm with Mrs. Miller for question of the week. Mrs. Miller, the question of the week is
That is what scares me the most.
I'm here with question of the week. What scares you the most? Now to National Day.
Today's National Day is National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day. Fall is the perfect time to add pumpkin to one of America's favorite desserts. So go make some pumpkin cheesecake today.
Now to this day in history.
On this day in history,
2 years ago,
in 2020, the U.S. Justice Department sued Google for illegal monopoly over search and search advertising. Wow.
Now to hidden talent.
For this week's In Town, we got Seth. Go ahead and show us.
I can do this.
Now to cooking segment.
let's make snickerdoodle cookies. In a mixing bowl, put 2 eggs and a cup and a half of sugar.
1 cup of softened butter, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now mix it together by hand. Now after mixing, you'll add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons cream of tartar.
You'll also add 2 3/4 cup of flour.
After your dough is nice and mixed and your hands are nice and washed, you'll roll the dough into balls and coat it with 3 tablespoons of cinnamon and 3 tablespoons of sugar. So now that our dough is rolled in the cinnamon and sugar, you'll put them in the oven for how long, Emma?
9 minutes.
9 minutes.
Patty the Batty, what do you think about the cookies?
They're pretty good. Got a nice little buttery taste to them, but boy, plenty of cinnamon on top with the sugar. I'd eat a dozen if I could.
Yeah, what do you think about the Snickerdoodles?
Mrs. Meyer, what do you think about Snickerdoodles?
No, really good.
Good. Mrs. Growhouse, what do you think about the cookies?
I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's okay. It's kind of got like a little plastic touch to it.
Plastic.
Maybe it's the cookie sheet. I don't know. It's not bad. I'll eat it though.
Now to Senior Spotlight.
I'm here with Hannah Doetti for the Senior Spotlight. Hannah, how's your senior year going?
It's going pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
How's cheer going?
Also pretty good. Yeah.
That's good. What are your plans for after high school?
I plan on continue working at Faith Investment Services.
Fun.
Yep.
What do you do at Faith Investment Services?
I just do a bunch of office work, just helping around.
Fun. What is your dream Halloween costume?
I don't know if I have a dream Halloween costume.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite previous one?
Probably when I was younger, I dressed up as Tinkerbell.
Nice. Do you have any advice for underclassmen?
Just be yourself and have fun because high school goes by really fast.
Okay, final question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Now to question of the week. I'm here with Mrs. Miller for question of the week. Question is, what is your favorite Halloween costume?
My favorite Halloween costume is one that's on little people. Like a little girl I saw had a bunch of grape outfit. So she had balloons all over her that looked like grapes. And they went like this, then she had a little stem on the top of her head. She was just waddling around, but her brother kept popping the balloons. Which I thought was really neat.
Thank you. Hello there, I am with Mr. Recker. Mr. Recker, the question is, what is your favorite Halloween costume?
Favorite Halloween costume?
That I've ever worn, or just in general?
Just in general.
Just in general? Jeez, I don't know. Like some goblin or something? I don't know. I've never really thought about it. Never thought about it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Eckert.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm here with Coach Donnie. Coach Donnie, what is your favorite Halloween costume?
The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Sounds great. Thank you. I'm with Mr. Rui. Mr. Rui, the question of the week is, what is your favorite Halloween costume?
That I've ever seen. I'm gonna have to go with the classic, just a sheet over the person's head. I think that's simple. I like it.
Thank you. Hello there. I'm with Mrs. Trippett. Mrs. Trippett, the question of the week is, what is your favorite Halloween costume?
My brother went as a pumpkin head when he was in the 8th grade, so we carved out the bottom of a pumpkin and literally put it on his head, and then he wore a sheet, so he was like a pumpkin head ghost. Favorite costume.
Thank you. I'm with Mrs. Meyer for question of the week. Ms. Meyer, the question of the week is, what is your favorite Halloween costume?
I think it would have to be the year I think she was 2. My daughter, we got her an actual costume and she refused to wear it. It was a little monkey, it was so cute, but she refused to wear it. But the Indians were in, that was the year they went to the World Series. So she had a little Indians jersey and we pulled little socks up and she was an Indians player that year. So it actually worked out. But that was the cutest one I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now to the birthdays.
Here are some upcoming birthdays. On October 22nd, we have the Emily Boutte. On October 24th, we have Ben Burkholder and Landon Siefker.